Disclaimer. We are not Critical Role or roleplay professionals, so please do temper your expectations. For this campaign, we are going to be attempting one of the hardest written campaigns known to Dungeons & Dragons. Tyranny of Dragons. The characters that we'll be playing in this campaign are as followed. The fallen Aasimar paladin, Lucille von Rondanor, played by myself, his adopted daughter, the feral child shifter barbarian, Alice von Rondanor, played by Ray, the vulture Araroka Holowon Dampiem monk, Mortis the Damned, played by Troll, and finally, the Dragonborn druid Trish, played by the captain. And as per usual, we have our favourite, bunny-obsessed, forever thespian DM, Andy Rue, to set the scene and carry us through this marvellous misadventure into the Forgotten Realms, as Lucille and co. fight to stop the Dragon Cult's plans.
Bye-bye, go-go. Oh, God, that actually came out on my... Okay. Just forget that whole bye-bye, go-go thing. Don't even know why I referenced that.
Maybe because it's about Jojo.
Yeah, because we were talking about Jojo earlier today.
Jojo, it's time to go-go.
Okay.
Okay, hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tyranny of Dragons.
And guess what?
Oh dear.
We're down our... Oh, guess what? We're down our druid! Again!
Jim? Where is he?
Jim?
Here?
Jim!
Oh well, never mind.
Well, never mind, we can do that.
So
Well, a Dragonborn is close enough to a snake.
So, our heroes, travelling
Metal
on
Gear
the
Solid.
Tradeway, are close to Daggerforge.
Yep.
And so, what does everybody remember about last time?
Troll did a big evil.
A big evil.
He killed a fat judge. I only threw a noble into horse dung.
I remember now.
Didn't I cut some arms off?
I think you did, but more importantly, Troll choked the chicken. No, choked with the chicken.
I was just going to say.
For the instant.
Actually, I got a bit of a brain co-waffle here, because you guys turned up in Dragonspear.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
we made it to whatever village.
Oh yeah,
you
I
dealt
got...
with the judge. That was...
Yeah, and I sent a carrier pigeon to Leosin saying that there's someone that was a traitor, because I got that scroll meant for another paladin my character doesn't like. So he's never seeing that scroll, not until Lucille decides to ram it up his arse.
I just love it when players give me
universe
kinds
ideas.
Of non-player characters.
Yep.
That suddenly kind of take a life of their own. And so much so, I end up sort of taking over them a little bit and then just using them to create, let's just say, amusing scenarios. What could Carl be up to? But that we'll have to worry about that much later. So then, I'm just trying to remember where guys left off because
what was the name of the
encountered...
traitor? It was... Because there was a traitor in the Harpers, which I sent a message to Leosin about.
That's right, yeah. The traitor, because obviously there was like a case that the judge was dealing with, that he wanted this scroll to be delivered. And let me just have a look. Just to remind myself.
I wonder if the crunching of my apple is being picked up on the microphone.
I think definitely.
Because apple's one of those like fruit that's really loud when you eat it. It's like because I remember Brainiac Science Abuse did a test on what is the loudest food to eat. Yeah. So he went into an empty church and just started eating different food.
It's got to
seriously.
definitely be crunch. like things that are on the crunchier scale.
Aha, I found the name. There we go. I was trying to look for it and I was thinking, I'm sure it's somewhere on this page. Oh, there it is, yeah. The person's name, assumed to be a member of the Harpers, a Carlin Amafel.
Yeah, so I sent a message saying that do not trust this guy. I have reason to believe he's a traitor.
And so I believe you guys were... Because I think, were you guys about to leave Dragonsphere? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we, at the end of last week, we ended up staying in the inn. Well,
Yep, after I
just
freed
for
up all the
a few
rooms.
days until we were ready to head out again towards Waterdeep.
Waterdeep, yes.
Yes, and Lucille is loving it.
Well, you guys are pretty much sort of, according to map, halfway through.
Oh,
The-
we're halfway there.
Whoa!
Oh, lizard on a chair.
We do not own this song, I'm telling you that now. Anyway, because your next destination...
Oh, references are fine.
before you reach Waterdeep will be Daggerford. So that means that the caravan train will proceed along the Tradeway, which is just under sort of a 20 days journey. So you guys are sort of halfway there, getting fully restocked and everything.
And every day you notice that Lucille becomes slightly more I want to say agitated, but agitated not in like an angry way or like
Sort of
annoyed.
like
It's
an
more, it's just like
anxious-
I really. Why Waterdeep? Why does it have to be there?
Alex is like, what's wrong with Waterdeep?
It's nothing that concerns you, dear.
It's not underwater, is it?
No.
Knowing knowing your character's agitation. Are you in the tavern as you're saying this? Are you in the... Whereabouts are you?
Yeah, we're just getting ready to go, and he's just like, every day we're getting closer and closer to Waterdeep. How am I going to... Like, he's kind of like having like a little like internal... Like, it's
Panic
basically,
attack.
if you look at him, he looks quite calm.
Yeah.
But you can tell by looking at him, inside, he's just internally screaming. Because not only does he have to put up with his brothers again, who 3 of them hate his guts,
Yeah.
and also given eldest being basically Judge Dredd and seeing a fallen Asimar, oh, that's going to go brilliantly!
And the fact that you're
That he
being
might run
followed around by
by basically an aspect of death.
Pardon?
In which
Can't hear you.
case, you don't happen to have a death note on you, do you? That's why everyone can...
No! No, it's only the person that has touched the Death Note can see the Shinigami.
You got a Shinigami there. Okay. Well, anyway, noting your agitation, or at least an attempt at controlling a degree of agitation. At the,
He's trying not to show it,
Yeah.
but it's like when anyone brings up Waterdeep, you kind of like see like a little bead of sweat just drop down Lucille's face. And given the reason why he was kicked out in the first, disowned by his family, was because he slept with a high-ranking noble's daughter.
Well, you are sort of approached by a gentleman who's like in his sort of middle age. His face is kind of scarred. He's wearing like a leather coif.
What?
What is basically what they wear underneath a helmet. So you've got like the leather coif.
Oh!
It's like leather.
A skull cap.
Hood.
Yeah,
Leather hood.
and but not part of a something. So you assume that he's like a fighting type or anything like. But he's quite assertively puts his hand on your shoulder. So you kind of tell that maybe he's kind of ignorant that you do not touch paladins that way, kind of thing.
Lucille kind of just,
He kind
almost
of-
instinctively just shrugs his shoulder to get his hand off.
Yeah, which he does
Very
almost
just-
like. So he kind of does that. So his reaction is kind of like, oh, almost very apologetic. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, sir, you seemed a bit agitated. I was just wondering if there's anything I can help with.
He's just like, going with kind of a fake it till you make it, but kind of making it so obvious that he doesn't want to talk about it. There's no deception involved. Oh, trust me, it's nothing that the great Lucille von Rondanor can't solve himself. Yeah.
That wasn't as fancy as he usually says it.
Did you say Lucille von blah 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 blah?
He sighs, just... It is Lucille von Rondanor. Thank you very much.
A true paladin if I've ever met one.
I still love that headcanon
Almost like
we came
holding
up
his
with.
chest as if he almost had a heart attack. Oh, and I do apologise for disturbing, sir. You just seemed, if I didn't judge you correctly, a little distressed.
You could say that, but it's nothing that I'm not already used to.
Are your characters close by?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The gentleman kind of obviously noticing you.
Cute little tyke.
You cute little tyke.
Like, Lucille kind of just has this look of just like, she's gonna probably bite the next person that calls her that.
And when
I am not cleaning up the blood or the consequences of her getting a hunger for human flesh.
And when it looks at you, obviously I take you like mostly hooded. He's almost sort of slightly curious, almost like that's not diseased, is it? Pointing to Mortis.
He just kind of just very dismissively just kind of is just like, that's one way of putting it. It's like Lucille's just kind of in, like, he's not really in the mood for putting up with other people's nonsense at this current juncture.
So it's strange. It does look a little bit familiar, even though it is dressed in that. Looks a bit familiar. Can't quite put my brain to it. Somewhere, and he points to somewhere in his skull, somewhere about there. I can't figure it out. I'm sure he'll come back to me, but your name, sir, your name, it does ring a bell. Does ring a bell.
You kind of just like, he's... Oh, it's... I'm just trying to explain, like, he looks relatively calm, but then you just kind of see that, like, oh, fuck expression. Just like, oh, crap. Just, like, literally, like, what do you call that? Because I know it's a huge thing in, like, anime and manga,
Yeah.
where you have that just, like...
A sudden realisation.
Kinda.
No, not
Kinda, but it's more like a shocked expression. It's like,
okay.
Dread?
no, I think I've seen this in One Piece quite a lot,
Yeah.
where it's like Luffy does something stupid and everyone's just like, oh, great.
It's the feeling I call fuck.
Yes, that. He's just like, oh, God, please don't. Oh, God.
Well, that tends to happen a lot in this group anyway.
Well, yes, considering how loud he shouts his name and never changed his first name, so anyone from Waterdeep might be able to recognise who he actually is.
Fun.
He said, if you don't mind me asking you, Lucille von
Say Rondanor like that again and I will slap you silly.
Shall I just call you sir?
Yes.
Okay, then that's good. That's easier. I hope you don't mind me asking, sir. And where would you be heading?
He kind of just says, Waterdeep. And then just under his breath is just like, unfortunately.
Oh.
Waterdeep! Unfortunately.
So what's happening in Waterdeep?
Awfully nosy, this guy, isn't he?
He basically just goes, that's not at my,
Behest.
Liberty.
No. It's not at my, it's like not my responsibility to tell you.
Oh,
like, it's
okay.
confidential.
That's fair enough, I understand. I always respect the good paladin. I always admire the likes of you. So many tales as we tell of these mighty paladins. Especially from Elturel as well. Not been there myself, but I heard it's got this great light brighter than the sun.
It's just a big light bulb, really.
Light bulb?
Forget I said anything. Elturel is a truly magnificent place, especially for us paladins, and certain other creatures really do love it there, don't they? Just subtly looks over at Mortis.
I love to go to Waterdeep, but unfortunately I got my duties, you see. But anyway, I'm terribly sorry to bother all of you, but let me introduce myself anyway. I am Bosch Club. That's my name. Is your character laughing?
Lucille kind of has that whole like thing of just like,
Somehow.
you might want to go to get that checked out.
Excuse me, pardon, sir?
Oh, nothing. And he just like takes a sip of his ale, just like, nothing at all.
Oh, fair do. But anyway, maybe one day I'll visit Waterdeep, and who knows, maybe we might bump into each other again. But promise me you will not forget the name of Bosch Club. Good day to all of you.
He almost does that thing where he like spits out his drink because he's trying not to laugh. It's
As he kind of walks away, he kind of walks away sort of pleasant, but then he stops, and then he turns to look at Mortis, almost like takes a deep breath and then walks off.
Lucille just looks at Mortis and it's just like, don't even, like, gives him this look of just like, don't even think about it. That judge wasn't necessary to kill.
I want to get off the chair and follow him.
Okay.
For God's sake. If this keeps going on, I expect an alignment shift.
I'm following him. I'm going to observe him.
It's difficult when we're talking about the god of death when it comes to alignment. Very difficult. But
He just has to do something really good to balance it out.
Yeah, like save his life. Yeah, I am going to follow this guy.
okay.
And keep a close distance, like close to him, but follow him.
Yeah.
Make sure he doesn't see me, and follow him and see what he does.
So it's pretty much shadowing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I'm just staying at the tavern, just like finishing his ale before we go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stay with Sam.
Okay then.
But you notice that Lucille's gone very quiet, and it's just like kind of like sipping at it, like
Yeah.
because he said to the employer that, oh, once I finish my ale, I'll be right with you, and then we can leave. Like, he's deliberately taking his time.
Okay. So, sorry, what was your character doing? Sorry?
Just
You
sitting.
were, yeah, that's okay. Okay, so you're shadowing Bosch Club. Right then, I would like you. I'd like you to make a stealth roll, please.
Rolls a 1. Is it a 1?
26.
Ooh.
It's
Very
not
good.
a one, Sam.
No.
Okay. So within Daggerford, you follow the Bosch, and as you follow him like a shadow, quite close in fact.
Are we going to
Quite
find out he's a dragon cultist? Then it's just like, oh, you spoil it.
Oh,
Well, what happens is that roll is so good that it's almost like you become his shadow. And so
No,
what
no.
Let's take that literally. He's so good. He is literally like in the same position as his shadow, just scuttering along on what he has for like fingers and talons. Full cartoon
Or am
style.
I just on his back, like a backpack, and he doesn't realise I'm there?
I like the literally becoming his shadow thing.
Great.
Okay. So Bosch Club makes his way towards another tavern.
Right.
This looks like a real dive. You know, I'm talking
Yeah.
about like rough sorts, and this is like the opposite to a paladin style tavern. Well, paladin style taverns are all holy and everything's all marble.
Would
and
paladins
polished.
have a tavern?
No, they wouldn't. But if they did, it'll be all marble and polished, and you know, they'll all be drinking milk and stuff. But this one is like. Not that your character would notice, but characters with a sense of smell would walk the opposite direction. It's like the equivalent of a latrine.
Right.
In
Oh,
fact, they
so
probably
then it goes
use
smell.
that tavern as a latrine. And the name of the tavern is called the Gouged Eye.
Right.
That's the name of the tavern. So Bosch Club goes in here. He kind of greets some friends there, waves at them, but you continue to follow. Actually, that shadow roll was actually pretty good enough that nobody else notices.
What?
And so,
Oh god, I'm sorry for my laughter just
that's
then.
okay.
I just had a thought. When he's following him, it's just that cheeky bassoon.
Okay. Then Bosch makes his way towards a door with a grey curtain, and he sort of looks around to see if anyone is there.
Ow!
And then before, what on earth?
I'm being assaulted by chewing gum!
We'll roll for
that's
initiative there.
Okay! 6!
Initiative chewing gum gets 17.
Ow!
Sorry.
You hit me with the corner of it as well!
right in the middle of the top.
Go on, roll d4 damage.
4.
There you go.
Yeah, it felt like 4 damage.
Well, my
Plus, including stun and...
do I have my strength?
Yeah, why not? It does.
My strength modifier is a 5.
So a 9 damage chewing gum.
But I'm -3.
Oh! Down to 6. Can you top that? She probably rolled a heroic dice when she did it.
I've probably got a crit.
Anyway,
No, you would have got me in the eye if it was a
Bosch
crit.
Club
Yeah.
approaches like
Door
this
with it,
curtain,
yeah.
sort of pulls it aside, and you all enter into this small room. And there's a single table there. You probably guess this is a private sort of thing. And alone on the table is a gnome. And a gnome who's got like greyish skin. And very sort of deep set eyes. And you can see him sort of tinkering with some kind of mechanical device, like this clockwork style device. And he kind of quickly looks up at Bosch. And Bosch says, and he says to him, "Glendor, Lucille is actually here. Should we inform him?" And Glendor says, "Well, thank you very much, Bosch." And he pulls out a bag of coins. "Here's your payment. Now continue on your way, say none of this to anyone, and I will take over from there." Whereabouts was this Lucille staying? So Bosch kind of mentions the tavern where he's staying. And then Glendor sort of thanks him, and Bosch goes off on his way.
I will stay close to this room as possible.
Okay then?
And I'm going to watch it literally like a hawk to see if that Glendor, whoever it is, leaves or whatever he says or does. I'm going to follow him and just shadow him.
Okay then. Right then. I'll say that because he's very, very focused on building his mechanical thing, which takes about half an hour to do.
Yeah.
So during this half hour...
Why do I get the feeling that it's going to be the repeat of the thermal detonators in Star Wars? Why do I get that feeling that someone's going to explode? Oh no, wait, Troll's not DM. Okay, we don't have to worry about that.
What do you mean you don't have to worry about that?
Oh no, just random thermal detonators, everyone dies.
Especially in D&D. Oh yeah, the other role-playing game.
Yes.
Oh. Suddenly
Well,
music's playing.
suddenly the phone goes off.
Just pretend it's some local bard playing.
Yes.
Right.
And I've just told him to shut up.
Right then. Half an hour passes. So I take it your characters are still in the tavern.
He's still in there, savouring his drink.
What about Alice? What is Alice doing anything during this half hour?
Pardon
Oh
me.
no, Alice has probably sat reading a picture book.
Reading a picture book?
About
Oh, what kind of
dragons.
picture books?
Just because you bought a volume of Dragon Maid.
You could be like
Seriously,
a picture
it's
book
such a
full
good
of like cartoon
series.
animals, and you'd be like, eaten that one, eaten that one, eaten
Eaten
that
that
one.
one. Haven't eaten that one yet. The big grey thing with the horns. Barney, definitely eaten that one.
No, not say it's not so. Nobody.
She probably has hunted rabbits. Did you know? Did you know one really funny fact about bunnies? Do you know how ferrets hunt them?
Go on.
By doing a war dance that causes the rabbit to have a heart attack.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until I started watching Fact Fiend.
So if there was a ferret character, you can do a heart. You're gonna do like a war dance to give characters heart attacks.
Right.
Okay then. So Glendor gets off his gnomish backside, finishes his drink,
Not a gnome.
and walks out of the walks into the bar room. There's a lot of shouting and barbarians fighting and all this and all that. But he kind of stops and sort of turns. And make another stealth roll, please.
Was that coat rack always there? 2. I don't know.
25?
I got the 2 right.
Blah 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 blah.
Oi,
Ooh.
Lamprey, when did you get the new coat hanger?
Okay. Glendor kind of sort of looks and sort of shakes his head and then makes his way out of the tavern.
Throw all of this.
Following him as
Throw all of this. With him just following people. I've just got the Jaws theme living rent free in my head. Dun, 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 dun. Scythe.
Hello.
You sure it's not the psycho yeah.
Oh yes.
That's a good one.
Jason. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow him.
Okay then. Okay, so Glendor, and it's sort of making its way towards the tavern, and he goes in. Sort
Does
of
our employer come in yet, wondering where the hell I am?
employer.
Sourpole.
Such
Oh yes.
I
Yeah,
got the
well,
whole bit right.
Yeah. It's assumed that no one's ready to go per se.
Okay.
You
Lucio's
kind of
not
know
doing
that,
his job hard enough
yeah.
then.
He's kind of socialising a little bit himself at the moment, and you kind of realise that compared to everyone else, he's kind of like on the lazy side and stuff.
Yeah.
So, because you've seen him help himself to the
Yeah,
drink,
just
didn't you?
drunkard. I just walked over, just took some of his alcohol, and just left. And he didn't do a thing.
Okay, Your character sees, walking in, obviously this gnome, a grey-skinned gnome.
I look up. A few seconds because I hear someone coming, and then I just look down. I'm just like,
And the gnome approaches, sort of takes off his hat and bows to you. Lucille von Rondador, I presume?
Okay, so Lucille puts his drink down, stands up, and he's kind of just draws his sword of just like, who wants to know? Without saying it, I just stand up, sword out, forgetting that the day before he shouted his name to the heavens and is wondering why somebody knows his name. The first guy was suspicious enough. But now twice in a row.
And I'm following him.
He says,
I was going to say,
You're looking awfully sus.
I do follow him in.
sorry for the ASMR there.
Well, you are asking me.
he says, no cause for I'm gonna have to...
That was generally good.
Sheesh.
Oh, that's ASMR.
Okay. The gnome says, no cause for alarm, my good sir. I am Glendor Spicklewheel. And it is not particularly me that is of any interest, but rather someone that you have met, shall we say, further south.
He literally puts his hand up, and he's just like, okay, so people I met south, that's a lot of people, but one particularly comes to mind, and he's a lizard who learned to walk on his hind legs.
He kind of coughs. And what was the name of that lizard?
He like recalls back, and he's like, oh yeah, that's right, Langdradrosa.
The very
Lang-
same.
You know what?
Sam, I am stood right behind him, you know.
Langy go.
Clickety clackety, I roll to attackety. Given that he knows the name, he has. I will give him, like, because obviously, like, Lucille like winds up to look like he's about to attack. He has one line. He basically convinced him to stop in 5 words or less. Where's Big Blue there?
He kind of recoils and says, I mean you no harm.
Not many know that name. And given what we're doing up here, I feel that you're someone that's possibly too dangerous to be let leave this tavern.
Dangerous in what way, sir? I am only here a middleman. That is all I am. In more ways than one.
Because as he doesn't have his shield equipped yet,
Yes?
that's always what he pulls out his crossbow, his like little hand crossbow, and he's just like, well, I'm the kind of guy that will shoot the messenger. If they're dangerous enough.
I am stood right behind him, you know.
Lucille probably hasn't. I would say you rolled so good on your stealth, Lucille doesn't even really sense you came back. And it's just like, he's so focused on the like 2 foot high person in front of him.
He says,
Should I get an angry dog?
and Glendor says, if you strike me, it will not be wise. I'm telling you that now.
In what way, and make it quick?
Let's just say there are certain things of my making that will quickly find you. shall we say?
He
But not just you, but practically everyone else within Daggerford. So think before you even strike me. This is nothing personal from my perspective. I am just a messenger of Langda Rosa.
Lucille kind of just thinks for a second, knowing that we're leaving in about an hour. If that.
What's the message? If you've got a message, then give it to us, or else.
And he's actually going to say, and regarding this message, I'm pretty sure that that coward of a lizard neglects to send it himself because he's worried where my sword will currently be sticking.
And of course he is a coward, I agree with you, Lucille. But here's the thing, though. Let me tell you this in particular. I am a master craftsman. And Langdadrosa is one of my finest subjects. And at some point, might not be tonight, might not be tomorrow, but sometime
He's going to come back as a bloody Terminator, ain't he? Sorry.
He will request a challenge with you. The question is, are you willing to accept? And it will be on your terms. That's the only promise that Langdadrosa will offer.
My terms.
Of course.
Guess who I'm going to have hiding away with a few ranged weapons?
Oh, you.
Who can fly?
Well, I beat him last time.
I know. So basically how Lucille's thought process is, it's like, okay, last time we fought around a bunch of witnesses and I didn't do so fairly because he rolled a crit. So, Lucille is... Because remember, Lucille may be a paladin.
He's not a very good paladin.
But fair play isn't, like, in his code of conduct. Because how I like to depict glory paladins is you will win by no matter the means. As long as a fight happens, you come away with a trophy at the end. Because, yeah, he's very much, well, going back onto he was a rogue.
Yeah.
So, as a rogue, he wouldn't hesitate to throw sand in his opponent's face.
Like a dirty fighter.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Lucille, to his heart, is a more dirty fighter. Remember, he uses smites against opponents who can't smite back. So he's just like, okay, I'm going to hit you with so much damage that you can't really fight back.
Okay, Glendor kind of elaborates a little bit more. And he says that, look, whatever is going on between you and Langdadrosa is nothing to do with me. I'm just a craftsman who's only interested in finding things for perfection. That's what I seek. Mechanical perfection. So any chance I get,
He is going to be a Terminator.
I pursue.
I'm just going to look up a certain quote here because I'm going to have Lucille quote something.
Oh.
Right, okay,
What's he searching?
well, I've played it for this group before. Okay, so it's...
What could it be?
He literally just stands up and he just says, you talk of perfection. And obviously Langdadrosa thinks of perfection as well, because you know what those dragon cultists are like. But the perfect being... There is no such thing in this world as perfect. It sounds like a cliche. But if you're perfect, well, yes, perfection is an ideal that the common folk strive for and seeks to obtain it. But what's the point of achieving perfection? And he's put his drink down and started walking around the tavern saying this. Can I tell you what I came up with?
nothing. Not one thing. Fucking stupid. There we go. You know what? I may be a paladin. I may be a bit full of myself. But I despise the very concept of perfection. If something is perfect, there is nothing left. There is no room for imagination. No room. There's no room. There's no room for knowledge. No room for imagination. That's it. The upper level. No, the bottom. The bottom line becomes. That's it. It's a dead end. So the concept of perfection bores me. And you dare come to me in this tavern preaching about you wanting to make the perfect thing. To me, and as far as I'm concerned, as soon as you and Langdradrosa started discussing perfection, you started to reach for an impossible concept and have now already lost to me. I have received your message, but I'll be sending Langdradrosa a particular message in return.
Name it, sir.
Yeah, he's not taking any chances.
Don't.
Why?
Well, remember Glendor sort of mentioned something, didn't he? He mentioned what would happen.
True.
So,
I'm actually thinking a bit, because...
I'll make myself known to you,
Yeah.
but not him.
So you just, like, wave from the back. Do you gesture or anything? Or something that would actually make Lucille stop?
I'm gonna. I don't know how to gesture this, but I'm gonna basically gesture to you that I'm going to be following him.
Lucille kind of looks past him, which is very easy because he's only like 2 foot something.
yeah. Walk over and over it.
Yeah. Just looks at, like, notices, like, Mortis on the other side of the room, and it's just like... sheaths his sword, and he's just like... just get out of my sight before I do something this entire town is going to regret.
Very well. And as he says this, Spade Setchapole kind of barges into the tavern and sort of says, well, are you all ready to move on?
And Lucille kind of just has this look of just like, oh, I forgot about that.
Well, what's the matter?
Nothing. Let's just picks up what's left in his tankard and just necks it back, slams it on, like literally just slams it on the table and it's just like, let's go.
Spade sort of jumps and sort of says, and sort of looks at your character and says, is it something
Who?
I said?
Who looks at me?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise.
I'm hidden.
Fine.
I'm hidden, and I'm going to follow the gnome
Okay.
wherever he's going still.
Yeah. Okay, in that case, he looks at the tavern keeper. Was it something I said?
Yes, it was.
Anyway, I hope you don't mind me setting up earlier.
Okay.
Because I need to get these barrels moving.
I've just thought of something.
What's that?
Remember when I said, like, Lucille does not fight fair? He could name a place, name a location, and basically just tip off, like, Onthar?
Yeah.
That, oh, a dragon cultist is going to be here at this time.
Why don't you?
You know what? Screw it.
Why
Lucille
don't you?
is going to just have a thought
That's funny.
of just
actually.
like, oh, maybe Even though, yes, I want to ram my greatsword up his bloody cloaca. But, you know what? At the moment, I don't have the time to deal with this. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, okay. He's going to send an anonymous letter
Okay.
to Carl Wetsack. Because he knows 100% Carl would lose. Because Lucille is stronger than Carl is currently.
Yeah.
Well, was stronger back at Greenest than Carl is currently. And he lost to Langdrodroza.
Yeah.
So he's just like, 2 birds with 1 stone. He's going to send an anonymous letter. And, well, not anonymous. He's going to sign it on Thar, whatever the bloody name.
Yeah.
Like an important paladin. And he's just going to go, a member of the Dragon Cult, we have received information that he will be here at this time. Go alone and apprehend him and you will be rewarded. Because he knows Carl Wetsack will probably die. Mm-hmm. And knowing Langdrodroza, he's not going to agree to a fair fight after what happened the second time. He's not going to agree to a fair fight, is he?
Are you sure this isn't going to trigger an alignment change in you?
No, not really. Because it's already someone he doesn't like, so he's just like, you know what? And this is a chaotic thing to do. He's just like, oh, no, he's basically just like, no, Carl Wetsack's always having a go at me for always being better than him. He wants a chance to prove himself. I will give him that chance.
So,
he'll probably die, but if he wants to go along with it, he goes
So
along
you're going
with
to
it.
send it to
Carl
Carl?
Wetsack.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm going to send the letter to Carl Wetsack and basically come up with a place and time.
Okay.
I'm going to say... Where's the map?
It is... Oh, hang on.
Where's the map?
It was there a
Where
moment
is
ago.
that?
I must have... Actually, have I got it? Have I got it? Have I taken it? Oh, there it is. There is no worries.
Okay, so... Because we're in Dragonspear right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Dragon's Spear.
Okay. Okay, so... West of the... No, west is that way. East of the Troll Claws.
Mm-hmm.
Near the highway. On the 3rd moon of this month. Meet there under the light of the full moon, and I will challenge you to fair one-on-one combat. But he's going to write the note to give to both Langdrodroza and Carl Wetsack. Because how he's seeing it is, either way, an annoyance in my life is going to be gotten rid of. Or Carl is probably going to join the bloody
So you know
Dragon
where
Club.
so you know where Carl is and everything. So how are you going to get the message to Langdrodroza? What would you recommend?
Carrier pigeon.
Carrier
Screw it.
pigeon. Okay then.
Just give the pigeon instructions, look for a big blue lizard on his hind legs.
Okay then. You're still shadowing.
I'm shadowing him, yeah.
Okay.
Like, people may say this might be quite an evil thing to do, but given he hates Carl, and also Carl's shown him no respect, Langdrodroza beat him by cheating, how Lucille puts it, won through underhanded tactics. Lucille's just like, I have to go to Waterdeep. I literally do not have time to mess with this. Screw it. Carl, you do it. You die, so you're out of my bloody life. If you kill Langdrodroza, cool. He was already crippled.
Okay. Mortis, you're following Glendor, Spickerwheel.
Yeah.
And
Right, I'm a nap.
so obviously your character can fly fast and all this, so you might be able to catch up with the caravan either way. It looks like Glendor's kind of like making a little bit of a journey, heading towards west, close to the Troll Hills, and not actually in there, but close enough. And it goes like this very sort of obscure area. And when you reach there, and Glendor is confronted.
By Langdradros.
Right, hang on.
That would be funny.
There are lots of kobolds, and also you notice that there's a lot of constructs there of weird shapes, and they look like that basically.
It's the Mechon! Wait,
They
no
look
one's
like
going to
that.
get that reference in this group.
And you kind of guess that this is what Glendor has been making. And obviously, as you can see, the big blue lizard himself, and you can see that he has had an upgrade.
He has a mechanical arm, doesn't he?
Well, more than that, he's had quite a few other things kind of added and stuff. And he's
Dun
looking
dun dun
more
dun dun.
beefier
Dun
than
dun
ever.
dun
He
dun
looks
dun.
like something that's jumped out a fist from the North Star. You know that. You
I
know,
was saying Terminator.
well,
Oh, so he looks like the
ridiculously
average
human.
JoJo character, basically. Well,
He's had a
before
JoJo
part 4.
upgrade.
Yes.
A JoJo upgrade.
Oh god, I'm screwed in a fight against him.
And Langdradrosa looks down on Glendor and says, "Well, speak." And Glendor.
I will say that Glendor doesn't know that I'm writing the letter to Carl Wetsack.
Yeah.
That's the thing
I was
Lucille
just gonna
didn't
get something, I was going
mention.
to get to that.
And it's this
So as he's
moment a
talking to
pigeon
Glendor-
lands down.
Glendor says, well, he kind of scratches his head. It's been a little bit difficult trying to convince him. So, and then Langdradrosa starts to fume until a pigeon goes, pop, sort of hits him on the head.
No, just drops the letter and goes, pink.
I'm going to say the pigeon actually hits him on the head.
Good.
And he sort of catches it in annoyance, squeezes it, and then notices that there's something attached to its leg. Right then, he reads it. Would you like to narrate what Lucian actually wrote?
Dear... Actually, I'll move this close and do this in my narrator voice.
Dear the Big Blue Lizard, I, Lucille von Rondanor, has accepted your invitation to a bout. Meet me east of the Troll Claws on the 3rd moon of this month. I, personally, will take up your challenge. ... No, he basically says, sarcastic love from Lucille von Rondanor, the one you failed to kill.
Smiley face.
Yes. Oh, no, he does the whole, pulling down the eye and sticking out the tongue face.
So after reading this,
Dear
he
Chief
kind of
Replacement.
scrunches the letter and says, "Yes, at last."
Dear Chief Replacement.
Right then. Right then.
I want to have
And then he
this
says,
all
I
now.
feel tempted to write one himself, as he's like scribbling a message. And then what he does is he rolls up the message, attaches it to the dead pigeon,
And goes, fly!
and then chucks it.
So it lands outside the tavern, but by this time Lucille's almost a day into his trip back.
You're about to tuck into another pint until splash. Little pigeon leg sticking up with another message.
He's just like, Mortis, I think I got
I'm
your
there.
order.
I'm not there.
Oh, he's over by there.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he just thinks to himself after seeing this, right, that's enough for me, let's get to the road. Not even reading it. Just as like, great, now I don't have an excuse to stay here. Just
What about your
throws the
character?
I
towel.
want to stay around for a bit
Okay.
and keep watching them.
It's
I can always catch up later.
It's not a chicken. Alice isn't interested. She doesn't like pigeons. She thinks they're a bit too...
Okay. Well, there's going to be a lot of waiting around and things like that as they make their way. So, obviously the
Can we
date.
cut to Carl Wetsack appearing?
Um,
Because that might be quite good. Like, while we're setting off on the road,
yeah.
say a couple of days have gone past, Carl Wetsack appears.
Yeah, let's do that then, shall we?
Oh, God.
Okay, now, this is what your character witnesses. So, your characters will pretty much have an uneventful journey by then.
Yeah.
You know.
So we're like a couple days into the 20
Yeah.
days.
So what happens is this: your character, I assume, is kind of.
Oh, I'm watching all of it.
Yeah. In fact, maybe some of the kobolds have noticed you, but they probably thought you were a kobold too.
A wing kobold, obviously.
You know, so in that case, not even Langdodrosa bats an eyelid when you're there, so he assumes that you're a kobold or something.
Actually, no, wouldn't Langdodrosa recognise him?
Well,
Seeing as he
I
kicked
beat
his
him.
ass.
yeah, but you're still covered, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
You're still covered, so he's...
Remember, he never threw off the robe.
I never threw off the ropes when I fought
So
him.
it's basically the scythe, the hood, and the hunched overness.
Depends how
Oh!
obvious you want to be.
Oh, no.
No,
We haven't noticed.
I'm going to do mind games with him. Every now and again, I'll peer out the corner of his eye for a split second, then I'll disappear.
That's
And
what I
I'll
was
do
gonna
it
say.
every couple of hours. I'll appear
Yeah.
Just to
and then
think-
disappear
just to
again,
make him
just
think
to make him
he's
think.
haunted.
Yeah,
And then he's kind of like, sort of quickly jumping. Almost like, what's that?
I'm doing that for the whole 2 days.
And you see like Bosch Club kind of like tuning up, polishing, things like that. And then the day arrives. And here comes the mighty brave Carl the Paladin. Da 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 da. And he actually sings this.
I don't have coconut shells, so I can't do... Actually, no. He does the Monty Python Holy Grail thing. He has someone following behind him, just clapping coconut shells together. Because he's that incompetent as a paladin. He can't even have a horse. So he just has someone following him around, just going clop, 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 clop.
As he approaches the area,
Yes.
the kobolds are very baffled by this, but even more baffled
Because they hear
is
a horse, but they
Langdodrosa.
can't see it.
Yeah, it's Langdodrosa. And Langdodrosa says, "Who in the blue hell are you? You have summoned me here. You are the evil Langdodrosa, aren't you?" "No, I'm just Langdodrosa." "And you are?" "I am the one that you wish to face this mighty challenge, for I am the greatest paladin." And he's like, he
So-
goes on for about 5 minutes.
As the 2 days have passed, it's the time. Like, Lucille's looking at the full moon as they're camping, and he just bursts out laughing. "Oh, Lucille, you genius, you've done it again!"
And what happens is that he goes on about 5 minutes, you know, like bravado and heroics, and Langdodrosa is like yawning, and it says, "Oh, will you shut up, you stupid idiot? Where's Lucille?" And Carl's like, "Lucille? Well, that pathetic fool. What do you mean, where's Lucille?
thank
He
God,
isn't here.
no.
It was me that you wished to summon." "No. It was Lucille I wish to see. Where is he?" And Cole says, "Either way, you're evil. I will challenge you to a mighty fight." And Langdodrosa is like, with these metallic sort of claws, stretching them. "Very well.
I need a warm-up.
God of Death, or the avatar of the God of Death, shall I say?
Yeah.
I want you to be the one that decides the victor. Are you willing to do this?
We all know what
I
it's
want
gonna
you
be.
to write this one. And so the God of Death is like,
Oh, God.
"Now this one, Mortis, if you wish to become one as deaf as you are, I am giving this one to you.
I am immediately
Write
regretting my
the
decision.
name down and pass it to me."
Is this who wins or loses?
So, who wins? Oh, actually, who loses?
Who
it's more like the
loses?
death thing. Yeah. Imagine it's like a death note. So either Langdadrosa, whoever's name you put down, is going to lose. Is going to be slain. So either Carl or Langdadrosa. You choose.
To be fair, either way, this is a win-win for Lucille. So he wins either way.
What is the god of death going to choose?
Well, what is the avatar of death? The god of death said, "Oh, you decide." I can't be bothered with this one.
The herald of death? The avatar?
Andy,
Do it.
you remember who you gave it to? This is probably the biggest mistake you'll ever make.
Either way, it'll be bloody funny.
I've known Troll for a few years. I know he's going to pick Langdradrosa to lose.
Well, you never know. You never know. We got to keep this as a surprise. We got to keep this.
You forget who you're talking
I ain't gonna
about.
decide. I ain't gonna decide until I get that message. So, right then. Okay, before I read this message.
Yeah, I can tell by that laugh.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is, for a bit of fun,
Yep.
we're gonna do this sort of narratively together. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll start with one sentence, going clockwise. You add something else to it. You add something, and you add something. I will go around maybe twice, and when it comes back to me a third time, I will reveal who goes down, just for good role play.
Right. Okay.
Right then. So it'll be like a brief sentence describing the fight. So I will begin. Carl, with his mighty sword gleaming, charges towards Langdadrosa, ready to strike.
As Carl charges towards Langdradrosa, he simply yawns. And just as he gets there, he swipes the sword out with one backhand wave of his clawed hand.
Sword goes flying 5 feet. As it does, Carl then scampers and clambers towards his sword.
But unfortunately for him, he trips over a bone left by a kobold after its messy eating, and falls face first, flat into the ground, mere inches away from his sword.
Langdadrosa sort of laughs, ha 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 ha, absolutely pathetic, and stomps towards Carl. The kobolds kind of step back, and he reaches down and grabs Carl by the hair, and Carl squeals.
As he writhes in pain in the grasped hand of Langdragosa.
Langdragosa.
Yeah.
Look at me doing it
him.
now.
He kicks back into the half dragon and stumbles him a bit, allowing him to fall.
Seeing an opportunity, Carl pulls out a knife and jams it into Langdadrosa's chest.
Langdradrosa merely laughs this off as a mere last-ditch attempt from desperation. He grabs Carl Wetsack's hand, holding the dagger, and twists it backwards until the only thing that could be heard, snap, 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 followed by echoes of pain that ring about the entirety of the Trollclaw Hills.
This is real tense. So this paper determines what follows that.
I still think you should not have left this up to a player.
Yeah, but you see, I need my entertainment. So
Yes.
however this turn. 3, 2, 1. Let's have a look. So snap, snap, snapping even more, and Carl screams and screams and screams, and as he screams, Langdodrosa snaps his hand back really bad till a splinter of bone sticks out.
Oh, I know what's going to happen.
And then Langdodrosa grabs his head, ready to twist. But before he succeeds, Cull, in a final ditch attempt, goes for the chest again with a splinter of bone, wounding him. Cull falls, slumped. And Langdodrosa sort of staggers back, clutching a bloody wound. And he sort of breathes deep. This is what I've been sent, he shouts.
At this point, I'll make myself seen.
Oh, God.
And then he sees you. As this happens, he starts to stagger. And then Glendor is like, don't stress, Langdodrosa. Don't stress. Is your character doing anything?
I'll take a step forward.
Kill him.
Okay then. And Langdodrosa is starting to sort of think, right, retreat, and starts running. And all the kobolds are like, sort of looking at your character, sort of puzzled, thinking. And some of the kobolds, it's almost like they remember something, thinking, oh my gosh, not him, and sort of scattered off.
How wounded is Langdodrosa?
He is quite wounded. He's quite wounded. He's sort of clutching his chest as he's running.
Kill him.
What does my master say?
Not yet, Mortis. Not yet. For I think I've given you that one choice. But let me tell you this, my dear Mortis. I will be granting you another choice sometime soon. Would you like that, Mortis? Would you like that?
I would.
Yes. Mark my words, this one will be even more interesting.
It's going to be Lucille and Langdodrosa, isn't it?
Well, not quite.
At this point, I'm just gonna take off
Okay then.
and fly back to the
So you're basically
caravan.
just leaving Carl Wetsack there just to bleed out.
Oh yeah, I'm not saving him.
Okay, good.
He's dead already anyway.
So,
He had his neck snapped.
what did you think of my improv? Because I'm honestly, I don't mean destroying my ego at all, but the only thing when it comes to English that I was ever good at is
Yeah.
creative writing.
Yeah, that's pretty
So I
good.
kind of like how I went with the whole, got stabbed, took his arm and just went snap.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know, we need that. We need that. Sort
Honestly, that was fun.
yeah.
And I know I may have seemed a little bit
Yeah, but Sam,
out of character, but that was more because you left the decision to a player.
you said I'd choose Langdodrosa to die.
Huh. True. But that's because I'm a pessimist.
I think you should have killed him.
I was actually going to choose both.
And then your god says, I said one or the other.
I was going to choose both, but
If you did, I would have gone along with it.
Yeah.
I would have
Told
gone
you
along
to do it.
Ooh, I'm just going to wonder, how is Langdodrosa going to take this? That he didn't just get injured once by this low-life paladin, but twice? That's interesting now. Because, once again, our decisions as a player base have kind of crippled one of the more intimidating characters in this campaign. I used to hear horror stories of this character at Greenest.
Yeah.
But we've made him look like a complete joke.
he's scared of me.
Yeah. Okay, one thing I kind of want to say first
Yeah, sure.
is I know people are going to be saying, oh, is this going to be an alignment shift for Lucille? Personally, it's a very chaotic thing to do. Not exactly a good thing to do, but Carl, in like context, Carl Wetzak was someone that Lucille, they never got on. He always thought Carl Wetzak was that one person always trying too hard to be something. So he wanted to give him that chance to do something. It's not Lucille's fault he died. He just wasn't good enough. So really like hammering it home with the whole glory thing. Because it's like, why wouldn't I give someone the chance to attain glory and a bit of notoriety? Why wouldn't I set that up? If he dies, that's no skin off my nose. We've always hated each other. He has always, well, and remember what you said about the scroll Lucille sent back to Baldur's Gate about the thing he used as toilet paper. And Lucille was just like, fine then, we'll play it your way, you're just going to end up dead. Right, back to the campaign.
Okay. Alright then.
I will make my way back to the trail that the caravan was taking, and I will try and catch up with the caravan as quickly as possible.
Well, if you're in the air, you'll probably see it from quite a way away.
I will try and catch up with the caravan.
Yeah. Okay then. I'd say you guys are kind of halfway along the tradeway towards towards the next town. So Mortis has returned to the caravan train. So up until then, it's been,
It's been quiet.
it's been very quiet.
I've been having nightly sparring
uneventful
sessions with... Oh, what's the woman that's travelling with us? The female guard? Because that's one thing that never went anywhere. Like I said, oh, you're welcome to spar with me at times. More because he's wanting, like, a fellow warrior.
Of Austria.
Yeah, of Austria.
Yeah.
Wanting a fellow warrior, the same way he kind of let Wetzak try and have his 10 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
He's been, like, training with her to make her better. Like, he's been... Because I remember we gave her those 2 short swords.
Yeah.
He made 2 sets of wooden short swords for them to spar with each other with. Because he, sees potential in her.
Yeah.
So it's like nightly training with her just to get her, like, kind of caught up a bit.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't doing anything with that spear.
No. It's,
So I've been teaching her, like, tips and tricks you can really do. Half of them are bloody made up.
because you guys are like a level 5, when you guys level up, she can level up.
Okay.
And, so obviously she'll be a non-player character who's happy to tag along.
Would I be, as I'm the one training her,
Yeah.
would I be, because you said she's a fighter, didn't you?
She's like a fighter, yeah.
Would I be able to choose what subclass she takes?
This is the interesting thing, because I wanted to leave that choice up to the party, and which I think might be a good thing to do, because you guys would know more about, because I think you guys got more books that cover that, because there's some books which I don't have, so you might be certain.
Oh no, I already had an idea of what, like, how he would be training her.
Yeah.
Like, always keep an eye on the battlefield around you.
Yeah.
Battlemaster.
Yes. Mainly because it's my favourite fighter class.
Yeah.
Because it just adds that little bit more. And plus, I love parry and riposte. Like, oh, I get hit? Cool. Minus D8 plus dex off the damage. That's really good early levels. So yeah, basically teaching her how to parry, riposte, move around the battlefield without, like, worry of something attacking you. So
Yep.
I think it's the... Oh, what's the ability that Battlemasters get? It's one of their tactics, where they, I think, roll their D8. If they move, they get that plus to their initiative or something like that.
I don't know.
But yeah, like, Battlemaster's always something I like to play around with when I go fighter.
Yeah.
It's either that or Samurai, because... and also, it doesn't make sense for Lucille to train someone as a Samurai. So I went with Battlemaster. Champion could work, but it's a little too basic, in my opinion. So I went with Battlemaster, because Battlemaster is... And also training her with the dual-wielding fighting style. So we can add that to her character sheet. Like her fighting style becomes dual wielding, meaning I think she gets her proficiency when doing the second attack.
Yeah.
So yeah, like really like working it in, like helping her train, like because all before she like because I remember it. I can't remember where I read this, but when I was looking into like how say like Japanese battle tactics went and like how like a lot of peasantry would be given spears.
Yeah.
Because spears at their base are incredibly simple to use because all you do is just poke in the general direction of the enemy.
Yeah.
You get proficiency and they get bonus against swords.
Only in Fire Emblem. But yeah, like most, like you know, like whenever you see villagers, they'll always pick up like a pitchfork to fight with.
Yes.
It's like that. Like it's you're just.
She kind
poking
of gives her a bit of a background.
Yeah.
She kind of sort of mentions that she grew up in a farmland outside Baldur's Gate.
So pretty much the complete opposite of Lucille.
Yeah, and this is practically her first trip more than 2 miles away from home, and you know you kind of guess that has a kind of naivety about her. She knows nothing of the world beyond her.
Okay.
And she spent most of her life in her aunt's farm, but she knows that her aunt, being a wise woman, believes that this trip will be good for her. So her aunt was very encouraging, knew she had good fighting potential, and as you can see, she's very enthusiastic. Very, very enthusiastic, and even after that last fight, because obviously she went down, but she was willing to learn from it.
Yeah.
She was willing to think, right, you know,
Because
yeah.
Lucille
It was like the deep end for
Yeah.
her. It was like, sheesh.
that's why Lucille is teaching her more about. You can't just run in to a fight and expect to win.
No.
Like, yeah, you see me doing it, but I'm more than capable of handling myself in a fight.
What I'll do is...
Honestly,
Yeah.
you, like, the reason why I'm training you is because you're inexperienced. And I see potential in you. Like a diamond in the rough, as they say.
Mhm.
So you just need to find your own niche when it comes to a fight. That's why I'm teaching you these tactics, these techniques to do with your new swords.
Yep.
Like all of that.
Make a charisma roll, please. I'd like you to make a charisma
Okay.
check.
What are you saying to
And,
this?
Yeah.
That's persuasion. Did you want it to be?
well, what might be better? What might be good?
I would say out of the ones there, persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay.
So
then.
that is 15.
Alice
50.
is slightly-
That's not too bad.
Alice is slightly stewing because she thinks that she's trying to take Lucy away from her.
So basically, to represent that, you know, she's starting to learn from you, I've given her 2 hero points.
Ooh.
Did you
So-
hear that?
You notice that
Alice is thinking that she's taking her away from. You're taking.
That's a very childish way of just going like he's taking that she's taking the attention away from it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can.
She's getting jealous.
Yes, Lucille's kind of dense. He might not notice until you actually tell her. Tell him.
Okay. Well, one of the merchants kind of
Cute little tie.
sort of approaches you and he says, "Are you all right there, dear? Everything all right?
No.
Right, you're not homesick or anything?
I don't have it.
No.
I have a home.
Ah, cute little tyke."
Like she's getting closer and closer just to biting the hand of someone who does that.
Okay, so obviously Mortis
Brothers or
is
not,
back.
I will bite them if they try.
So Mortis,
I will
Mortis, you're back.
remind
Do you
you-
wanna-
Don't.
I arrive back at the caravan.
Lucille won't be able to defend you.
I don't say anything. I just land on top of the cart and don't say anything.
Just like looks up from his spine. She's like, "Oh, you're back."
When you say this, Babe kind of looks up and says, "What? Oh my God, it's back!" He's freaking out.
Oh my God, it's back!
He
Like a
said-
spider!
He says, "Please, it's not there. It's not there. It's not there." He's sort of covering his eyes as he's saying it.
So, what have you been doing? Just
Watching your little game.
oh, like he just puts the swords down. It's just like, how did it go?
One of your problems is no longer around.
Which one? The inconvenient one or the annoying one?
The annoying one.
Ah. Did Carl at least do anything worthwhile? Did he trip over getting his sword or something?
Yeah.
Figured as much.
He did stab him.
With what?
His dagger and his bone.
Is
Wait.
what?
Lucille is just gonna go, wait, his what? That is not the type of fight I expected!
His arm bone.
Oh, why didn't you say that?
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Oh my.
What would the neighbours think?
So I'm guessing Carl Wetzak failed in the opportunity I gave him?
Yeah, he's lying in a ditch somewhere.
Sounds about right.
But Langdedrosa is actually wounded.
And he's gonna like gesture to like his arm, is just like, is that still wounded?
He knocks on the top of his scythe like ding ding ding.
Lucille like takes like a couple moments just to think. And then it's just like, he remembers back to what the gnomes said.
It's metal.
Tinkering, and he's just like, oh. Oh, then, that's, I dare say that's quite the problem. If
I made myself a gnome.
How did that go?
He ran away.
Go figure. Right.
I think you should let me at him next time.
Yeah.
You know Lucille would not allow that.
And next level, I get like special ability to climb up stuff or breathe underwater.
Next level, I just get Aura of Courage. It adds my
Right.
it adds my charisma onto saving throws for anyone within 10 feet of me.
That's right.
Okay.
Why
then.
can't I climb up rule? I can't even fly with my wings.
And that's a bit of an oversight for these, because you think they would be able to.
Scourge and Protectors, I think, can fly in their winged state. But as I'm a fallen, my wings are more skeletal.
So
Let me
am I.
just see. I'm going to choose.
Can I...
Which merchant shall I choose? I'm going to choose
Roll a dice!
that one.
So, yeah, I'll basically just filling you in on the details of what happens.
Okay.
And,
I would write a note to his family, but... Did he even have any family?
His teddy bear?
Yeah, I set that on fire with doing the academy.
Oh, Alice got bored of that teddy bear that she took from the judge, and she
Had
just
it for-
abandoned it somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a kid, she got bored of it and just forgot it. It's like in a ditch somewhere. Or by a tree.
I forgot about that teddy bear.
So did Alice. Well, she played in it in a way a dog would.
Completely ruined it and then just go,
bored
"Aww,
of it."
I broke it!"
got bored of
I'm just
it.
going to quickly read this bit, and we'll prepare ourselves for the next event.
Uh-huh. Do you want me to pause
Okay.
the mic quickly? I'll give you time to think.
Discuss amongst yourselves what your characters are doing. It won't take a
Okay,
moment,
so after hearing that, Lucille is kind of just like, he doesn't really seem to care either way that Wetsack's dead.
What time is it? Is it late?
Like, he will just say, "Alice, go to bed.
No!
I'll be in to read you a storybook.
No!
I just need to finish. Fine, now.
Pardon me, excuse me.
Lulu is mine forever.
Sorry for the foul patch. Anyway,
La, la, la.
next event. Pardon me. Okay then. As it's getting dark, and the wagon train's still continuing. There is talks about maybe having a rest out there and everything like that to make sure the horses are fed, etc., etc. And but what happens is, as the wagon train is kind of going on a bit of a slight sort of bumpy kind of curve, suddenly this wagon here, one of the wheels starts to collapse, sort of snap. The whole wagon starts to tilt, and some of the contraband kind of pours out. And Las Felro the Silent, who's been silent for most of the journey, curses.
Wait a minute, contraband, isn't that something that's not allowed in a place?
It's legal. Like drugs or stuff that's prohibited.
He's selling raunchy magazines to Waterdeep.
Play out.
Playforge. For Warforged.
And you notice that some of the cargo is spilling out. And
Lucille, hearing this, is going to go, "Stop the caravan, we've got a problem."
What contraband is it?
And Las Felro, the music going, starts cursing. And he seems more concerned for what's spilling out than for the wrecked wagon. And he's losing his sort of temper as some of the other merchants and even the guards are like, "Ooh, shiny things."
Lucille's going to walk over after stopping the caravan and she's going, "What seems to be the problem here?"
Nothing to see. Go back to your wagons. I need someone to help me sort out the wheel. I'll just quickly sort everything out. And he's like trying to stuff what seems to be jewellery into the chests.
He is going to bring a question up.
Can I make a perception check on to see what he's actually stuffing in?
Do it.
Because, Lucille was going to raise a question.
It's bedtime.
Well, no, it's the next day. That was kind of implied.
But it would be loud enough to wake you. So by the crunch of the wagon. So your character would sort of think, "Sheesh," unless you're a heavy sleeper.
15.
15. Okay. Basically, what pours out of the cargo is like crates that have tumbled, and basically there's dozens of beautiful items of jewellery, clearly obviously wrapped in wool for protection, and so it's all sort of spilled out.
Yet. Bubble wrap hasn't been invented yet.
Well, they're calling it. Well, it's basically wool, obviously. So.
I know.
And we can invent bubble wrap and become rich.
Yes, we can, and sell it off as stress paper.
So
and paint it red.
So you
Are
kind
those
of
bells
notice
still
with what
going
you've rolled that it's not just particular kinds of jewellery, but various kinds. And I want you to make another check for me, please. Another one.
What is it? A perception again, or?
It can be perception. It can be anything that's almost like something that's more observant, I'd say.
Perception then. 22.
22, that's very good. Right, you kind of notice that some of the items, some of them, seem to be unique to Greenest.
I've just had that realisation myself.
He's a thief.
Or he's a cultist.
Right, so Las Felro manages to quickly repair the cargo. There's about a few of the guards are like helping up, sort of lift up the wagon, trying to fix the wagon wheel.
Lucille's watching with some suspicion.
Yeah.
Because I get it, he's a merchant, but he was acting a little too panicked. And that's just more like Lucille having his past as a rogue.
Yeah.
Kind of knows, yeah, like, you're kind of hiding something.
Too suspicious.
I don't know what, but no normal like caravaner would act like that if like just hiding everything, making
So
sure
those
it's all
few
outside.
items of
Yeah.
that I noticed that were like unique to Greenest.
Oh yes, yeah.
Can I make a grab for them?
It will be. Is it a sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It will be at a disadvantage because he's very quickly trying to.
You know what?
Are you doing this? Trying to do it stealthily, or are you trying to do it just directly?
I won't do it directly. I'm going to call him out.
Yeah, could we do something that as Lucille is kind of caught on to like, he's gonna like further question him on like why would you be taking jewelry? Obviously, seeing like shiny bits, thinking it's either money or jewelry, because former thief, he knows like what looks precious,
Yeah.
and he's just like, hang on, I didn't know we were carrying jewelry to Waterdeep.
So disadvantage.
His response to you is saying that look, what I'm doing in Waterdeep is my own business. Thank you very much. So if you can just please help the others with the wheel, and we should just go on our way.
So with disadvantage, I got 22.
Okay, right. Basically, Las Felro kind of jumps as you reach in. I take it you're going to grab.
Oh, grab him with both hands.
Yeah, and
This
you
is
sort of
also-
pull out.
This is actually kind of funny, especially if he was a crow. Shinies!
Shiny!
And as you sort of pull out a mass of jewellery, and even you can tell that, these are like the pickings of,
And Lucille's going to immediately, go, hang on, that was from Greenest. Immediately, not really wanting to know what he says, immediately great sword out. He's kind of asserting his authority as a paladin.
Yeah.
It's my right to investigate now.
Yeah.
Because what I've just seen Mortis pull out, I know was stolen.
Right. When you do this, Las Felro kind of falls to the ground very cowardly. Please. There's no need for violence. Look. All will be better explained when we get to Waterdeep.
No,
Explain
Lucille's literally
Explain.
resting the
Explain
greatsword on his shoulder.
Explain now.
It says, yes, okay, I'll explain. And he quickly shouts out. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
And he quickly shouts out something in a language. What languages do you speak?
Draconic, Common, and Celestial.
Deep Speech, Common, Infernal, Orion, and Araraka.
Common and Wolf, but is asleep.
I say you've woken up because obviously the sound of the wagon's crunched.
Common and Wolf.
Right, none of you got the language per se.
I bet
Is anyone else around?
Jim's got it. I bet it's Giant.
And
Does anyone else around understand?
right, no one else seems to.
Actually, I'm going to go, because as I've got my greatsword, I'm going to rest my greatsword on his shoulder so he's got that weight pushing down now.
Yeah.
And he's going to go, Common, mother... Do you speak it?
Right.
Very visibly losing his temper.
As you say this, something inside the fallen wagon, you hear something bursting out of other crates. 2 crates burst, and flying out of the wagons are 2 gargoyles hissing. Initiative rolls, please.
Incidental. First, he's going to shout to the guards, restrain this man. We are not done. This is a order of the gauntlet matter.
What did you roll, Troll?
25.
24.
I'm going to roll for
What's
Orvestria's.
your plus?
4.
I'll go first.
She's only got a total of
What's your
5.
plus?
5.
For Dex.
My dexterity is 20.
When did that happen? I thought you were a strength barbarian.
Yeah, I put my...
At level
Dex
4.
Oh, I thought she put that into con.
And the gargoyles.
Ah, okay.
Oh, pretty bad. Only 2.
Guess where the gargoyles are?
Yeah.
Right, the gargoyles are at this moment about 50 foot in the air. I know you can fly.
How...
You may think, because I'm a paladin, I'm out of options. I have crossbows
How tall are the...
that I can fire with a sheep.
They're medium sized. And at this point...
No, are the wagons.
Sorry?
How tall are the wagons?
The wagons...
I think they're like because they're normally like people height, aren't they? They're not tall
No.
wagons.
Yeah, I'd just say medium height, really. And
So you
because some have covers
you
on,
wouldn't be able to.
so the covers will be like double
swing.
medium. Because some have covers.
So I'd say if
So
one,
like 10, 12 foot, maybe 15.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about
for
to
easy
say.
reference, just say 10 foot. It's 2 blocks. And
I'm out of options.
but if you wanted to climb onto
I'm
them,
not.
do you?
Yeah, I was going
Yeah,
to climb
they're easily climbable.
and jump.
They're easily climbable, and so I mean they're like canvas sort of thing. So you'd be able to dig your claws in if you had claws or something.
Yeah,
so you'd be
but
able to climb.
she has no ranged options.
Just javelins, don't you?
Yeah, I'm having to use my crossbow.
So there's like 10 there. So basically
30 foot up, aren't they? Or 40 foot up. You said they're 50
they're
foot in the air,
50
didn't you?
foot.
Yeah.
So it's like another sort of 40. So
Troll's turn anyway.
okay. So who's first?
Oh wait, if they get hit,
That's-
don't they have to make
no.
a dex check to stay in the air?
No, I looked that up. No, you don't.
No.
How is that not a rule?
I'm going to fly up.
I think most things are just kept abstract. It's,
Yeah, 'cause I
I
thought if you
remembered
get
when
hit,
we
yeah, it'd be
first
harder
did
to-
like the Ravenloft campaign, we thought that if someone get hit by fire, they caught fire,
No, they don't.
and we later found out they didn't.
No.
You know, fire damage is not the same as something that had a special effect.
Yeah.
So
for
that
example,
was something that we got wrong.
if you were doused in oil first, I would say like no, you are on fire.
Yeah,
Right,
Like
I'm
throw
going to
yourself in water or you're not.
fly
I think
up.
most things are kind of kept abstract. So
Yeah.
they might say, you know, get vulnerability or something. So okay,
Yeah, I'm going to fly up
yeah.
and attack one of them with my fist.
Okay.
Not the scythe.
No. 20.
That is a hit.
So I'm going to do damage roll. That's 7 damage.
Okay. Hang on. 7 damage. Yeah.
I'm going to spend a key point. And can I have a con check?
Sorry, what kind of damage was it?
That is bludgeoning.
Okay.
Can I have a con check, please?
Oh yeah,
2
I
seconds.
forgot.
2 seconds.
Monks can stun people for no reason whatsoever. Wizards of the Coast, why did you make monks so OP?
Sorry, what was the con check? It's
Yeah.
19.
They passed.
Oh.
Nothing happens on that one.
Well, it's not like you can do it every single punch.
I can't. I've only got 5 key points.
Well, you can do it for 5 punches.
Second attack.
Yeah.
That's a 20 to hit again.
Okay.
And that is going to be 11 damage.
Okay.
And can I have another con check?
See, this is the problem with monks.
Oh, that's bad.
What did you get?
7.
He's now stunned.
Okay then. So he falls.
Did you say falling?
Take falling damage.
Yeah.
So that's 50 foot,
That's
that's...
5d6 damage. 5d6 bludgeoning damage.
That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So they don't take much damage when through bludgeoning.
And he's
so,
stunned. So he's now on the
Right.
he's now on the ground.
Oh, wait.
Can't move, can't speak, falteringly.
Yeah, stunned is absolutely bullcrap.
Creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saves, and attack rolls against creature have advantage. So you have something to attack.
Right. But I now use the rest of my movement to get to the other one.
Yeah.
And with my bonus action, I am now going to attack that one.
That really is nasty, isn't it? You
Yeah,
know,
like stunning
16
strike
16
at level
to hit.
5.
That's a hit.
I
How
use-
many things have immunity to stun?
None.
Not many.
That's
Like, the only
10
way-
damage.
Well, the only way
Yeah.
you can resist it is through legendary resistance.
And can I have another con check from the
uni-
other one?
The D&D's universal.
That's a fail
No.
as well.
He
your
now
flat
falls.
down.
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast. Did you ever think about when you were actually designing monks?
Yeah, but the thing is though, Sam, normal monks can't fly.
I know. Why do you think I put that disclaimer in the beginning of the video?
So they're both on the floor, and you both get advantage to hit both of them.
Cool. Why not?
Wait till
That
the
is quite
attack.
nasty.
And it lasts until
Right,
the end
yeah.
of my next turn.
Yeah, so Andy,
Yeah.
they can't do a thing until the end of his next turn.
I'm
Yes.
going to get angry.
So that means you can stun them even more.
Yeah.
Giving them no chance.
Like, that's the
Yeah,
problem with
that is-
monks,
yeah.
is you can potentially stun
I'm pretty sure
one
this
as
is the
long
end of
as
my
you
next turn or
It
the
is.
start of my next turn.
It is the next of well,
I will
Yeah.
double check.
either way, they don't get a turn this round.
Oh, she's got a crit.
Double damage, is it?
Double dice.
Until the end of my next turn.
Double
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah.
I did use 3 key points to stun both of them though. And he did roll bad on his dice rolls.
Obviously yours is magical, isn't it?
I haven't finished yet.
Yeah, carry on.
No, I haven't finished yet.
12. That's only dice. 19.
Well, good thing I've got the great
Plus
sword out.
20. 20 damage.
Okay then.
Next
Second
your,
attack.
Your weapon manages to go, you know,
Because
almost
hers,
like butter.
yeah, hers is a magic weapon.
Yeah, mine-
Exactly.
Just so.
I have to use a spell slot for that.
Do I tap? How
Attack
bad?
monk.
Monks
Attack
get
the
it
same
for
one.
free.
Attack the same one.
You get advantage, don't forget.
13 plus. I think it's 9.
Yeah, so that's what,
Definitely a
22 to hit.
Yep.
Damage. A
I should have put more
13.
gargoyles in.
plus 2.
Yeah.
Plus 1.
Because I
16,
still
yeah.
think that's what's so OP about
16
monks.
damage.
Yeah.
The ability to have stunning strike, you
8.
by I
plus
think
5,
level 6 or
plus 2
7,
plus 1 is 16.
you
16
ignore
damage, Andy.
the fact that enemies are resistant to bludgeoning,
Yeah.
which should be the weakness of the class. You're restricted to physical damage. Because you
Sam.
can stun things, slow fall,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
It's
that monks
Sam's
get.
turn.
Right, I've got the great sword.
Which one are you
Right.
going for? The one that Alice has hit or the one that Alice hasn't hit?
Yeah, Alice can handle that one. It's not like it's going to get any more turns.
Wow.
So
I'm
what is
going
like,
to-
we're bursting out of the caravan looking mighty, and you're like, shoo, pong, 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 pong.
So it's basically... I'm going to apply to my weapon, magic weapon,
Yeah.
because I have to spend a spell slot to get magic weapons.
I haven't got magic weapons yet.
But you get them for free. I have to at least find a magic weapon. And monks can still use magic weapons.
Sam,
See my problem here?
I have no hope for the next edition.
So-
I really don't.
No, I don't. So I'm going to take a big swing.
Ooh, wow. Or the one that's not.
the other
one
one.
that
It's the one
hasn't
that not-
been
not
hit
on-
yet.
Oh, I hit it, don't forget.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the one that Alice hasn't been tearing to shreds. Well, that's using as a new chew toy. Okay, so does a 22 hit?
It does hit.
Cool.
Strangely enough.
Because I'm going to use up my other. Get ready for the mega creamy damage, Andy. Oh.
Is it anywhere as creamy as the
One,
cheesecake we had earlier?
Two. I don't know, because I didn't have any.
It was delicious.
6, 5, 10,
It was
12...
Could have done
So you hit that thing for like
17 damage on the first attack.
36
Uh,
damage.
what kind of
36
damage?
didn't you?
It's
I did,
radiant
like,
and magical
Barely
slashing.
20.
Magical's enough.
Second attack. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Okay,
Ooh,
so...
that's
Are
good.
you rolling an advantage on those?
Yes.
and it is going to take 14 more slashing damage.
14 more slashing damage, okay.
Magical slashing.
Yep, acknowledged.
And that's it for my turn.
Acknowledged.
It's their turn.
Their turn.
What? Oh, what about our friend the guard?
Yeah. Does she get stuck in?
Well, I think she acts last, actually, because I didn't roll very high for her. I don't think.
No,
Yeah,
what did
she
you
can
get?
go last. The gargoyles, what are they going to do? They're going to lie down there looking like lumps of rock because they can't do bugger all. So...
They're going to die before they get a turn.
Anyway,
Oh,
something
hey,
that
it's
can't
Frulon
move.
Mondath all over again.
He's incapacitated. Let me just see incapacitated. Blah, blah, blah.
Stunned basically just means you
Can't
can
take
do
actions or
somewhere
reactions.
between F and all.
So
Stunned
Yeah.
is brutal.
obviously that only lasts for that round.
It
It
lasts,
lasts until the end
his
of my turn.
So you could... Yeah. Because here's the thing. Here's how poorly it's worded. You can hit them.
Yeah.
The first stun lasts until the end of your turn.
I'm starting
but
to get
you just apply a
memories
new
of
one.
like when I think it was you had the. Was it you that had the monk character?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm starting to get memories of just how beefy
Yeah,
and
remember,
annoying they are. And yeah, they are
Yes,
mega annoying.
it's-
That was the tabaxi.
Yeah.
Because he just went, okay, I've got like 20 key points. Okay, you waste Legendary Resistance 1 on one Slaying Strike. Second Slaying Strike, Legendary Resistance. Third and final one, Legendary Resistance, Quivering Palm.
Oh,
And it's
wait,
just,
with the fight with
like,
Orcus.
seriously, Quivering Palm. You fail the con check, you're dead.
Well, the gargoyles can't really do anything.
I know it's a level 17
So
ability.
I'll just say
yeah.
that's Orvastria SRN. And
To charge.
I think she's going to sort of help you out because you gave her 2 short swords.
He gave
I
her
did.
2 short
You
swords.
did, yes.
I've just been teaching her how to use them.
So, obviously, the advantage against them. So,
And Andy rolls.
that's the highest 23.
Where are we going to?
Oh, might as well roll for the second one anyway. And she's got an 18, so she pits with both of them. And
So they're D6 plus their strength for the first one.
yeah,
And then the
So-
second attack
It's
would
just
be
D6.
so it's a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I'm going to make sure I get her some plate mail. She could use
But
it.
it's
Half,
reduced
yeah.
because
Oh, stone.
obviously they have resistance. So.
Yeah.
They are.
But she's kind of like
Tink,
king, king,
tink.
king, 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 sort of like hacking at one of their wings and stuff. So you guys are really making rubble out of them. So back to the top.
top. And here the combat ends.
What a grueling fight!
I dive down
Not.
and attack the first one with my scythe. Or my fist, actually. 16.
That is a hit.
This is the one on Alice.
The thing
And that is 8 damage.
Okay.
Andy,
Just bludgeoning.
I genuinely love D&D, but when monks become involved, things become a little too easy. I should know. I've DM'd an entire party of monks.
It's still
couldn't
stunned,
come up
isn't it?
with
So
anything to
can I have another
Challenge them.
Constitution save, and I do take it.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Oh, 22.
He passed that one, so he's not stunned at the end of this round.
Well, aren't they still stunned, so aren't they at disadvantage?
Do they get disadvantage on their stuns?
is
If
it
there's
disadvantage
context-
or
no,
con?
it's only
con.
strength and
strength and
dex.
dexterity.
Yeah, this is con. Same attack on the same one.
Oh, only if we had someone with shatter.
20,
AKA, it's the spell Druids can
23.
get.
Toilet paper.
23 to hit.
But we haven't got
That
our
is a hit.
druid because Jim's
Oh,
got
God,
That's
worse.
another 8 damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
this combat would have been so much
Do
fun.
I have to roll?
I've only got 1 key point left.
You'll be pretty much resting after this.
Yeah, go on, I'll use it. Go on, roll on that one again.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da, stunned.
10.
It failed. So that one's stunned. And then I'll move to the one that you're fighting with my bonus action.
He ain't giving me a bloody chance, is he?
No.
See? Monks are overpowered.
24 to hit.
That is a hit.
And if anyone says otherwise, you are wrong.
That's 11 damage, bludgeoning.
Okay.
And this week on Sam Complains About
But-
Monks again.
You don't have to make another roll because I don't have any key points left.
Hooray! But I very much hoped that and survived the next couple of bloody attacks.
Yeah.
I get advantage because he's still stunned, doesn't he?
So the one against you is stunned, but the one against you isn't stunned.
Attacky tacky.
Thanks for the help.
I'm sorry. But I am actually like, and I moved away
Sorry.
from that one anyway, so I'm not
That's a
near it.
hit.
That is a hit. We know that one.
Bad joke.
11.
11.
Okay. Well, that one is very slowly being battered to pieces.
Second attack. That looks like a thing.
Click clack down the track.
13.
That's a miss.
Oh, can I add a hero dice? Let's see.
Come on, Rachel. I know counting on your fingers is
15.
hard.
That's a hit.
Yay! 5, 10, 13.
Reduced to rubble.
Okay.
No,
My turn.
yours isn't stunned now though.
Oh, I know.
Alex is.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm gonna.
Does a 25 hit?
Yeah, it hits.
She angry.
But,
Oh well.
okay, so it's 5, 10, 16. 20 magic damage.
Okay.
Second attack. That is another 25.
How do you want to smash it?
No, that's 25 to hit. That was.
Is
Yes. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, okay. I think it is dead.
it? Yeah.
Because 10, 20, 25
It's
damage.
inevitable.
I'm just going to home run its head. And then the body's just going to explode for no reason. Because of Lucille's sheer awesomeness, it explodes.
Yeah. Right. With
Well,
the two gargoyles
hold on.
gone.
Lucille's just going to go, well, turns back to the merchant being held down by the guards.
What
He's
happens
gonna-
when what you see as you were busy fighting the gargoyles and smashing them to pieces? You see that the guards are like, because one of them's got
Pinning him
their
down?
fingers down his throat. He's trying to swallow a suicide pill. He's trying to swallow a suicide pill.
Heimlich maneuver. Tip him upside down.
Oh no, first aid. Let's give him the Heimlich maneuver.
Go on then.
Okay,
But he's
so
going to go, well,
please make.
A medicine check.
Yeah, this will be at disadvantage because, you know, it'll be at a disadvantage.
oh, no wait, punch him in the gut really hard and make him be sick.
A 19 or a 5. The 5 is a 17 plus 7. That's 12 plus heroic dice. It's going to be heroic. 16.
16.
Heroically 16.
If this doesn't work, Lucille's just going to punch him in the gut until he throws up.
Right. It's very, very difficult. Right, he's starting to choke and foam at the mouth. And you technically managed to save him, but he's not in a very good condition. That's all I can say. He's foaming at the mouth at this stage.
Poison. Oh! Oh!
I have a potion of
No,
healing.
no. I use 5 points of lay on hands.
Okay.
He's cured.
Suddenly
when
the foam is removed and he's back to being normal.
I'm just going to lift him up by his collar. Just like, so, dragon cultist.
He pisses his pants. Psst.
He is holding him a good distance away. And no, what he's going to do, going to drop him, grab him by the head and just press his head on the, like, where?
So you're rubbing his
The
nose in
yellow
it, basically.
Yeah, just like... So, when are you going to start talking?
I'll talk.
Lifts him up a bit.
What do you want to know?
Why were you carrying jewels to Waterdeep?
From
Ones that were
Greenest.
stolen from...
And why are you connected to the dragon cult?
And why do you have those things in your car?
Yeah, the gargoyles.
Well, these were special orders that I was made to deliver. That's all, honest.
Excuse me
dragon
while I don't believe that.
Can I want
Insight.
Can Alice rummage through the cart trying to find any papers?
Andy,
Can do.
that is 20 on insight.
20 on inside.
So see if he's telling the truth.
Yes. I
Right.
should have said before I was rolling
That's
insight,
okay.
but Troll just said roll insight and I just rolled it.
Right, you don't think he's telling the truth.
I'm
you
gonna
kind of go
punch
through the caravan, and there's all kinds of crates and everything like that.
Oh, actually, no.
There are 2 other crates, and they've both also got jewelry in, and also there are like scrolls and stuff. And but I don't think your character can make out what's being.
It might be written in Draconic.
Ovastria.
But first, as I rolled quite hard on insight and found out
Yeah.
he wasn't telling the truth, I'm going to break his finger.
He screams.
Now, you have 9 more fingers. How many am I going to get through before you tell the truth? It's more like, with this situation, Lucille has just had enough, and it's just like, all that you've done is in vain. Just tell us the truth, even if I have to force it out of you. He kind of gets this from his brother.
I can get the truth out of people.
No. I'll do
Says,
it.
okay. This is all items that I've stole for myself from Greenest. Honestly, I just couldn't help myself. I just thought I might make myself a bit of money. That's all. He kind of speaks very, very hurriedly. Ovastria approaches.
He's going to grab
Lucille.
his another finger. Not even bothering with the insight check this time. Like, is that the truth?
Yes, sir. Yes, I tell you, honestly. Ovastria approaches you and kind of has picked something up, like a little bit of jewellery. And she kind of says, Lucille,
Yes.
there seems to be a name on this.
He takes it, looks at the name.
Resmia.
Wasn't that the other dragon, the one that we
Yep.
killed?
So the reason why I point this out is because he seems to have it tattooed on his arm.
Screw the fingers, I'm breaking his entire hand.
Hang on.
Crack.
Ah!
I'm going to make sure it's the hand that he uses to pleasure himself, so he'll never be able to do that again. Go on.
Have a look at the arm with she said the tattoos on.
Yes,
Is it there?
it is there. And the name Resmia is there, and there seems to be also like tattooed on his person like what seems to be like a helmet that's almost shaped like a dragon head, almost like a sort of tattooed on his side.
Huh?
Let's tie him to a tree and leave him there.
I'm gonna.
That's no fun.
I want to get my nails,
Yeah.
my claws, and I'm gonna carefully try and. With him still alive, so I'm
I'm going to hold the arm
I'm
and
cutting
him.
it out and then peeling the skin off so I got the tattoo.
Okay,
Graphic
quite a few
content
guards
warning.
throw up at the sight of that.
We need that as evidence.
And what's his state? What state's he in?
He's screaming his bloody. You just ripped a portion of his skin. You
You've
know,
just
it's
flayed a
like-
bit of skin off.
He's absolutely, he's in
Sir.
no state to talk any further. He's really
Right.
sort of screaming.
So- Here's the fun thing.
I'm going to apply some medicine to him so he doesn't scream anymore so he can talk.
I was going to just continually lay on hands him. I'm going the crazy diamond method. I'll heal you and then I'll just start punching you.
Yeah, we're going to heal him and then wound him.
What did you say about my hair?
So we're going to ask him again.
What the fuck did you say about my hair?
What's your connection to the dragon cult?
Okay.
We're just
I've been
bad
asked to
bad
deliver
copying
this
him.
to Resmia. I've been asked to deliver this.
Resmia. Is that the Black Dragon woman?
Yes.
So you've been asked. Oh, okay. So you are still transporting it up north for the Dragon Queen?
Tiamat,
Yes.
I believe that name is.
Yes. Yes, like all the other cultists. That's why we went from village to village, pillaging what we can.
So you are a cultist.
Okay, I am. I'm one of them.
I should have questioned harder before this trip began. So,
I'm carving my name into his wrist.
So,
what the fuck did you say about my hair?
I'm carving my name into his wrist.
Okay, he ends up talking a bit more.
Yeah.
He says, look, I've been asked to deliver this to the Carnath Roadhouse in Waterdeep.
I'm going to get Orvastria to write this down,
She does.
and Lucille is going to move him to the side, kidney punch.
Ooh. Piss.
I just kidney punch, kidney punch, kidney punch, kidney punch.
Can I
Constantly
kidney
peace.
punch? Can I do one?
No,
I'm going to do a kidney punch with my claws.
no, we both take one kidney each.
I'm going to go in with the claws to the
Ooh.
kidneys.
Yeah.
As it in and then rip and pull. So I'm giving him a kidney operation.
We can sell it on the black
They're a
market.
very gruesome bunch, aren't we?
It's more. Okay, so how Lucille's seeing this? Remember back in the Middle Ages what a crime for thievery was? You'd get your hands cut off.
Pretty much.
Like hell, even like captured archers would have their like pullback fingers cut
Yes.
off, which I find kind of fascinating. That they would
Like
actually do that.
Battle of Agincourt sort of
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Because Lucille is basically acting as a judge here. Like, a judge from Judge Dredd, pretty much. Like, he's gone into that, like, that switch has been flipped.
But you.
One, thievery. Two, abetting criminals.
But don't forget, you actually asked everyone in the wagon
Yes.
if they were with Dragon Cult.
Lying.
And everyone's he's lied every time you've asked him. So.
I'm also going to get him done for jaywalking. Because he tried to run away across a road. That's very dangerous.
And boinging.
Littering.
Yeah,
we're
littering.
not doing Judge Dredd, are we?
Yes, well, I am. I'm going to get him done for littering.
I should have brought the sentencing thing for you to look at.
Public urination. Trying to kill yourself.
Umpty
It's about
candy
50.
keeping, merchandising.
I'm going to make a small incision.
Oh my god, he's becoming the Doctor.
Small
I
incision
was
just
thinking-
there.
Oh,
Just there.
Okay,
You're castrating
okay.
him.
No, not no, just above the bladder, just a little cut above the bladder.
Okay. Like, I love how, like, Troll's the one going really too far. Do you need to see a therapist, Troll? Because all I've done is punched him in the kidneys and broke his hand.
I'm a doctor.
He's a doctor. He can deal with it.
No, you meant to say that if you injure a doctor. He's a doctor. He'll be fine.
Yeah, my character's a doctor.
In his own head, he is.
You could have like pulled out his intestines and pass it to
No,
Kamikaze.
no,
Skipping
no,
rope.
no. Right, I'm going to say that.
No,
because
I'm not
I'm
gonna.
way too squeamish for that.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be sick. Okay,
Have I
so...
just stopped you?
yeah.
No, you haven't stopped me.
Okay,
I'm just
well,
going to...
let's keep it for
Yeah,
PG-13.
I think we're long past that.
PG-35.
I am used to cooking gear.
I'm gonna-
Serial killer with a hand fetish.
Okay, so I'm going to ask him more questions.
Oh, we're going to heal him up first as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm better. Oh, don't hurt me. I'm better. Oh, no more. Okay.
Okay.
What do you
But
want to know?
don't
Please
the,
don't hurt me anymore.
Isn't that a technique anyway, that when you heal someone, injure them to get them to tell more, and then you heal them again and keep doing that?
It's called Crazy
Diamond.
Diamond.
Crazy
You need to
diamond.
watch JoJo's.
No, but there is a country that uses that technique.
I don't know. I'm not very-
I don't know.
I think there is.
Screw it. Let's do Chinese water torture. There we go. Just strap him to a chair and constantly drop a single drop of water on his one point of his head constantly. God, I remember that.
CBT.
No, I remember that in Mythbusters. God, that kind of messed her up a bit.
And there was that, wasn't it the bamboo torture as well?
I never saw that one.
You lie him on a bed of growing bamboo, and the bamboo
Oh.
grows a foot every day, and it goes up through the moisture up towards the light, so it literally go through the body.
Oh, okay. I am... Right, I'm going to say this now. I am so sorry for anyone that has a nervous disposition in that. I personally apologise to you. And if
Fucking
Clippers...
stop it!
Yes.
Okay.
So, I'm going to finish questioning him.
I am so tempted. Please, Andrew, don't. I promise I'm going to keep...
Okay.
I'm going to be a responsible DM. I'll be a very responsible DM.
What are we going to do about the cart of stolen
Probably bean
goods?
break your back.
We will take them. We will take them to the nearest city. Find someone we can trust and get them to ferry them back to Waterdeep. To Greenness, sorry.
Actually, no, yeah, we can just... Yeah, we can do that.
Find a paladin.
Because we can just say...
Find a paladin,
Yeah, find a paladin.
in Waterdeep and get
Oh,
them
God.
get them to take it back to Greenest.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do that. But I am just going... What I'm going to do
Yup.
is I'm going to leave about 50 foot of rope. I'm going to tie his leg to one end
Yes.
really tightly. Not that so much it's cutting off the blood flow, but so he can't really like pry it off.
Okay then. Yeah, sure.
And then I'm going to tie the rest of it to a tree. And then we're just going to leave him.
Fair do. Okay then. So I take it that
Because
the...
I've broken one of his hand. I've broken his right hand and his left index finger.
Yeah.
He is missing a kidney,
Oh God, he's going to bleed out from that.
and he has an incision over the bladder.
Wait, no, didn't we heal him after that? Like heal those cuts?
He didn't heal the cuts.
Okay.
Do you want to heal the cuts? It's up to you.
Yeah,
Your
because
choice.
I don't want him to.
Because this is like what condition do you want him to be?
I'm just
in?
going to leave him with a broken hand and broken fingers.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is meant to be a punishment. He's meant to kind of atone, in massive air quotes. I don't want him bleeding out before he really learns his lesson. So I'm going to make sure to heal up the wounds so he's not bleeding out. But I am still going to leave his hands broken.
Okay then. So yeah, so after
I'm
you've left him in a very unbearable, broken state.
And he is going to say, as soon as when he starts walking away, the other paladins of my order wouldn't have been as lenient to heal most of your wounds. Think on what you have done, and if you manage to survive this, make a better life for yourself. Because the next paladin that catches you might not be as lenient. I'm at least letting you live.
Can I show him how close he was to death?
No, Mortis.
Take my mask off.
Mortis, no. We've wasted... I hate to say this, but we've wasted enough time. Let's hurry up and get to Waterdeep already. Before, I don't know, a dragon decides to storm the caravan.
So what's going to be done with the wagon now?
Why
Fixing it up.
Why,
And,
why don't you get the woman to drive it
yeah.
back to or to Waterdeep, and then she can drive it, or
Oh no, we'll just get some
have
paladins
a paladin to drive, take it back.
Yeah, like we get her to like drive.
Which one?
The woman.
Well, the green lady.
No.
Which one? Which one? Hang
No,
on.
what's she
Sorry.
called?
The
The
companion.
guard.
The
The
guy.
companion.
Oh yeah. Oh, of Austria.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
she
okay.
can
Yeah,
drive
that's
the cart.
Of
Yeah.
Austria of Boletaria.
Yeah. She agrees to do that, and it says, will I be? Are you going to make your way to? Am I going to meet you at Waterdeep?
No, you're going to come with
With
us
us.
to Waterdeep, and then I'll. He kind of like hesitates when he kind of like forces it out.
Yeah.
I'll find some paladins I can trust, and yeah, I know a few people in Waterdeep who will be willing to take it back.
Very well. She
So
says.
as he turns, he says under his breath, "But I highly doubt they'll listen to me after 15 years."
What did Alice find inside the cart?
She found.
Wait, Alice was on the
a lot of
cart?
papers. She found a lot
Yeah.
of scrolls.
Alice, dear, could you please bring me those pieces of paper you found?
Okay.
He's going to start reading them.
Okay then. Some of them are not very interesting, but one that you do come across is almost like instructions.
Is it written in Draconic?
No. It's
for a dragon
written
cult.
in. Not this time. Let me just find. What languages do you speak?
Common, Celestial, and Draconic.
Draconic. What's your?
Deep Speech, Infernal, Abyssal, Avian, and Aurora.
And Common.
Wolf.
And Common.
And common.
It's written in Wolf.
Sorry, what's languages?
Common and
Just
wolf.
common, yeah.
And I also
I
speak
can't remember
wolf.
what languages.
Abyssal, Infernal, Deep Speech, Common, Aurora, and Avian.
Okay, I need to check something.
I know both of the languages of the devils and the demons anyway, because I was down there for so long, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I won't be long. Just check something.
Do 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 do.
Play some lift music. Doobity doo. None of you know the actual language itself. It does look rather crude and almost like a tribal style language.
Goblin, Kobold, no.
If it's giant, I'm gonna kill Jim.
Giant, probably. Or Kobold, or Goblin.
So the party doesn't seem to recognise.
I go around asking the different merchants,
Okay.
because they might at least know what it is.
Okay then. Most of the merchants kind of shake their heads, but Losvius, Longnose, says, "Ah, that's orc. That is."
Why are orders from a dragon cult written in bloody orc?
Can you read them?
Yes, sure, of course. Let me just get my spectacles, and he gets his like gold framed spectacles that he puts on the end of his long nose.
That's why
Now
I
then.
see through them.
And he kind of sort of clears his throat. Basically, it's like instructions given to Lasfelrio the Silent
Yeah.
that if he manages to take, get anything from the villages from the south, obviously Greenest being one of them, and if he can actually take some of the stuff to the Carnath Roadhouse within Waterdeep, and it is signed by you assume to be an orc called Bogluck.
Okay, he's writing all of this down because this will be important.
And would you like to make a perception or an observation or investigation roll as well?
Given Lucille is from Waterdeep, to remember the name. Because as a noble,
Yeah, sure.
would have had some connections. So this is going to be history.
Not Waterdeep related.
Oh,
not
'cause I
Waterdeep
thought-
related.
Because he's someone in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
you
It's just
make-
something that you
okay.
notice that's about the parchment. And so what did you get?
Okay.
Oh,
But
I got 22.
you got 22.
altogether 23.
Ooh.
I only rolled 15.
Crit.
15.
Okay, so first of all, I would say your character begins to notice
I
that there
remember the
seems
very
to be
tree that this scroll was taken from.
that your character seems to notice that there's something a bit sticky on the parchment.
Sniff it.
Oh, great.
Can your character smell?
No, I can't. Smell my finger!
Like, Lucille's just going to back away and just
Alice
like...
can smell. Alice is good at smells.
You want to smell?
I'll stick it. Smell this.
It's scratch and sniff.
It smells of a particular kind of berry. And would you like to make a nature roll? I'll give you advantage because you're a child of the woods.
Would you know what it's called, though?
Um,
It'll probably be like to her, like red berry, blueberry, white polka dot berry, which is poisonous.
The highest I got
Upset
was
tongue.
17.
That's very good. Yeah, it's kind of like it's been sort of almost like someone's dipped a brush in it.
Can I,
And
like...
It's like a particular kind of berry that you know tastes really good. You tasted it yourself, and you also.
Can I go and find one? Just recognise...
Nearby.
nearby. Recognising the scent and smell she likes.
Yeah. And you want to find a.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And do you want to make another nature roll?
Just normal one or...
I'll give you advantage because your sense of smell. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, was that?
He's a 20.
Oh, very good. Very good. And I'll tell you why.
24.
You go out searching and you find some and you notice that they're being eaten by these little maggot sort of creatures, little maggoty sort of things. You know that these little creatures feast on these particular berries. There's some which are in good condition, but you notice that you found something.
I'll take the ones that are in good condition.
Yeah.
Lucille just looks at them because he's
She grabs the branch.
not really like knowing what they are.
Yeah.
Like he knows they're berries, but he doesn't know the names of these. It's just like,
That's the smell. It identifies
what are
its
these?
smell.
I know they're berries, but I've never seen them before.
They're kind of like sort of, they're not blueberries, but they're very, very similar.
Okay, so just
And
round.
very quite exotic. They're kind of like,
Just
well,
like-
not of this world, but
Okay.
of something that's unique to the Forgotten Realms.
So
kind
it just
of thing.
goes up, like, takes them to the nose and says, do you know what these are? What
Is it-
type of berry they are?
Yeah, they seem to be. We used to call them blue maggot berries. It's a strange name for them, I know, but these particular maggots just seem to actually enjoy eating them.
Okay.
They're nummy. Alice says as she eats one from...
Very, very tasty. And I'll say that your character has eaten them before, so
So yeah, Lucille's just more like, why is this? Put it on. Hold on. Maybe like he's gonna go out on a huge like a reach for this theory.
okay then.
If this attracts these maggots, and obviously maggots come from flies, is that a method of destroying the evidence?
I'm going to say something
what
because
do
you
you-
rolled a 20, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I rolled a crit.
Just sort of elaborates more on that one. You kind of notice, and although you tried to hold it against the light, you couldn't quite make it, but it's almost like it's kind of like a kind of pattern to it.
Invisible ink. Okay, so he's
Hold
gonna,
up to the light then.
yeah, he's going to take it back and just hold it up
Yeah,
to the light.
it's not very clear. You can make out maybe some, but it's not effective, even against the light.
What he's going to do,
Yeah.
Light
go
a
into the
candle.
shade, torch, and hold it closer.
Okay.
Just see if that works.
No.
Oh.
No. It's something about, because the glistening effect, it's, as it kind of lights up, it kind of makes it worse.
Right.
It kind of makes it worse, so it's not really standing out.
Maybe water?
Maybe the dark.
Moonlight. I'm either thinking water
Water will wash it off or make the paper wet.
or moonlight. Because obviously, like, the sun and torch are very bright.
Do we know what the berry? Do we any of us have any knowledge of these berries other than just knowing what they are now?
Most of them, if you're sort of asking around.
Or maybe from my past knowledge.
Yeah. All you kind of know is that it has a very sort of weird name for them. And obviously they're very, very delicious. And but they're very rare. That's the thing, though. They're not that common. And it's only right deep in the darker areas of the forest.
Dark.
And obviously it attracts these sort
What
of...
type of day is it now?
It is kind of... it is dark. It is
So-
dark.
I'm going to grab a handful of some of the berries off you, if I can. And I'm going to go as far into the forest as I can
Yeah?
to make it as dark as possible in there.
Yeah?
And I'm going to hold my hand out to see if the berries do anything different.
No.
I've got a bit of a theory, because you said, like, the paper was quite sticky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to, like, use my finger to kind of trace where the paper feels sticky.
Why don't you put
Okay.
sand on it or dirt on it? And it'll stick to the stickiness.
I'm going to try that. Like, basically dust, like sand or salt.
Yeah.
Probably salt, 'cause we've got more of that.
Mm.
And then just pour off the salt, see if where
Okay.
it sticks to.
Some areas stick, some don't. But
In the shape of
you can
letters?
make out maybe about like a quarter of it.
Okay.
And from what you can find from it,
Yeah.
because it doesn't all stick, but it's just not that clear. You can find out that Resmia's name is mentioned,
Okay.
and something about the treasure, something about a dragon, but that's about it.
I'm going to keep doing it.
I think
No.
that's as best as you're gonna get.
Did you want to make an intelligence roll for a clue?
Screw it!
Intelligence. Oh fuck.
17?
17. Okay then.
17.
Right. All I can say is that the way to try and decipher it, it has been mentioned. That's all I can say.
It has been mentioned.
Yeah.
So
And
moonlight, water.
someone encountered it. Someone, it's been mentioned. That's the only clue I can give.
The
So-
maggots.
I don't think maggots can speak.
But what can they do?
Be squished.
They
No!
can eat the
No, they go to where they might form the letters, in a sense.
Yeah, do that then.
Okay.
Show us where the maggots are, Alice.
Okay.
I'll leave this to Mortis.
I'll go and pick up a handful of the maggots
Mm-hmm.
Just
and then
pluck them off.
drop them on the parchment.
Okay.
This is where Andy decides to be quite cruel and just say they just eat the parchment.
Right. The maggots start to eat where the berry marks are. and then munching and munching, and even to the point of munching onto the paper, but then not touching the areas of the paper that have not been marked by the berry juice.
Right.
And bit by bit, you can see a message, a complete message, unfold.
And that says...
Yep, which I will reveal next time. Next session.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, we're all going to forget about this.
Not if I write it down. So
As soon as he says someone said it, maggots, it was the thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, and I think we'll end the session there.
Yep.
And and then we'll conclude straight on after that.
Yes. We'll see you next time, and just as a repeat of earlier, I'm sorry if it got a little graphic towards the end. You can blame Troll for that.
That's all your fault.
Anyway,
Sorry.
see you next week.
Cheerio.